Hello students, welcome to this ethics class. Now we will discuss 2015 question 7. At international level, the bilateral relations between most nations are governed on the policy of promoting one's own national interest without any regard for the interest of other nations. This leads to conflicts and tensions between the nations. How can ethical consideration help resolve such tensions? Discuss with specific examples. So before watching this video, you should have attempted this question at least once on your own. So we need to discuss with specific examples that is given, and how can these conflicts and tensions between nations be resolved with ethical consideration. So let us see. Again, ethics is a very subjective paper. You can write your answer in a variety of ways. You can give your own examples. So let us see. International bilateral issues and how ethics solves them. Trade disputes, trade wars and protectionism between US and China. This is a conflict. There is tension between these two countries. So how can ethical consideration solve this issue? Considering values like free trade, competition, equality, rationality, integrity, etc. and not resorting to arbitrary policies hurting each other based on anger and intolerance would solve these bilateral conflicts. So with this ethical consideration, with these values, we can solve this bilateral issue. So let us take up another example: militarization, nuclear warheads buildup, Cold War, etc. between USA and Russia. Negotiations, non-violence, trust-building measures, de-escalation, non-proliferation, and demilitarization treaties like START, SALT, etc. would help in resolving these bilateral tensions. So again, consider if we use these values and if we follow these values, then this ethical consideration would resolve these tensions and conflicts. Similarly, there is refugee crisis of Rohingya between India and Myanmar. Values of empathy, humanism, etc. are necessary for India to help Rohingyas, are necessary for Myanmar to stop persecution of Rohingyas. Also, tolerance and religious universalism values are required for Myanmar to stop persecution of Rohingyas. And these values are required for both to allow peaceful and meaningful rehabilitation of Rohingyas. So, these values are very essential. This ethical consideration would help in solving Rohingya crisis. It will give proper refugee settlement in India. At the same time, it would also prevent persecution in Myanmar, and these values would allow meaningful rehabilitation of Rohingyas to Myanmar. And also, tolerance and religious universalism are other values that are required in Myanmar. Border disputes between India and China. This is another tension and conflict between India and China. And values of mutual respect, sovereignty, equality, cooperation, tolerance, non-violence, etc. are required to solve border disputes. So it comes to around 144 words. These are some specific examples, and these are the values that help in solving this crisis. So that is what this question asks. Using ethical consideration, we are able to resolve such tensions. So you can develop your own examples and write your own answers in a subjective ethics paper. So that is all. Thank you.